Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I am here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of sound. You know, sound, that noise that you hear? Maybe it is the pleasure you hear. Maybe it's distress you hear. Maybe it's the sound that you don't even hear. A sound that you don't even hear would be a vibration that you're able to feel and internalize. All sounds are vibrational waves, but you don't need to hear it to feel it. Sound is a basis of emotion. You can hear sound and know somebody's speaking to you if they're upset by their tone in their voice, maybe their voice inflections. You can determine if somebody's happy, if somebody's laughing, if somebody's crying. You could hear the sound of a baby needing your attention. All of this is sounds. Then there's also sounds from the environment. There's sounds from the ocean. There's sounds from the trees. There's sounds that surround us. There is all sorts of sounds that go beyond that. It could be a kitty cat meowing. It could be a horse galloping. Sounds are everywhere. But are you listening to them? We are so wrapped up in all of these other sounds to where we are unable to find this enjoyment of the sounds that we should be hearing. In our personal lives, we have sounds of all sorts of things that are wrapped around our personal life and our household, with our children, or with friends, or with family. We have sounds of a washing machine, or maybe a dishwasher. We have sounds of scuffling happening down the hall. We have all sorts of sounds. And at work, we have other sounds. We have grumpiness that we're witnessing. We have other sounds of maybe of a printer going, and it could be of a door shutting. It could be of our clients being happy or sad as well. But what are we doing to internalize what those sounds are and what their definitions are? The emotions is what we assign to it. We'll assign if somebody's happy by that because we're hearing that laughter and then we're feeling it on a vibrational level. Does that feel good? What's that emotion? So physiologically, we are physically having a response. Have you ever heard a sound and startled or cringed or jumped or heard a sound and just made you scream? Because you're physiologically having a response to what you're hearing. So we also have responses to a bird chirping outside. Have you ever just gone outside in your yard and sat down on the lawn or in your surroundings and just really just watched what was happening? Was there a kid walking by? Did you hear a dog bark? Was there birds in the trees? Were the leaves rattling in the trees from the wind? Or were you at the ocean? Did you hear the waves crashing? What'd you hear? Again, it's that vibrational measurement. It's of a different level and it has a frequency to it. It's that sound that can inspire us. Also, sounds can really tear us down. They could be fearful. They could be frightening. But then there are those sounds that inspire us and that they motivate us. They bring joy to us. They make us happy. Have you ever listened to sounds and just shut your eyes so that you could just internalize and relax in that. That's what I'm talking about. Listening to those things that we seldom hear. People say, well, I can identify what a drumming sound sounds like. I can identify what a baby's crying. I can identify this. Yes. But what are you doing with that sound to work it to your advantage? Are you really hearing when somebody's speaking to you? Are you hearing the sounds that they're making? Are you allowing yourself to internalize what another person's feeling? Or maybe it's an animal. We need to not be so busy. But sometimes we just have things happening, and that's okay. But what about the times when you have the television going and you hear arguing, fighting, and yucky stuff, and bad things happened on the news? What about that? Is that going to bring you fulfillment? It's making you cringe on the inside. It's having you physiologically interpret that type of emotion that penetrates to the screen and gets on you. So I'd like to encourage you to replace the negative sounds with positive sounds. Positive sounds that allows you to be in a situation to where you could just receive beautiful concepts, motivation, inspiration, action. Have you ever done a sport and listened to music and they got you all motivated and then you were excited? And then you were able to physiologically respond to that music, and then you took it to the next level, right? Because you took it by your physiologically, your being, and allowed that to come through. So not only did you hear it, but you had forth in action. You did something better when you listened to it. You worked out better. You competed better. Or maybe you just relaxed more. That's good too. Have you ever listened to spa music and then all of a sudden felt like you're gonna fall asleep and you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize I was tired? Well, guess what? It was through that music and through the vibrations of that music that evoked that feeling on the inside of us that physiologically allowed our muscles to relax so much that's what our brain assigned to it, relaxation. And then we get to have pleasure and have that enjoyment. If you're listening to things or hearing sounds that don't bring you satisfaction and that's not working to your highest good, yeah, you might not want to do it. We have the opportunity to receive beautiful things through sounds, but we also have the opportunity to hear what other people are saying and how they're saying it. To allow yourself to emotionally experience that level of vibration, and it doesn't even need to be a sound. There are sounds that we cannot hear, but we can feel it. So I want to encourage you to hear the emotion in the sounds. Let it move you. Let it be that positiveness. Let it take you to the next level so that you could be better and so that you can work at an optimum level with that sound. Have you ever heard a rhythm and a beat and just let yourself go? And you just let yourself just absorb yourself into that sound that you are hearing, and then all of a sudden you got a smile on your face? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Be inspired. Allow that to happen. Have you ever heard something before and you're like, whoa, that is so lovely. Ah, I could feel the love in that. Allow that. Sound is for your enjoyment. It was created for you. People have been inspired to be those musicians or to be those artists or those producers to help to bring that via their purpose and their passion so that you can be inspired. So make sure that you're in check. Is the tones that you're using pleasing? Are they enjoyable for others? Are you shouting or yelling or getting grumpy pants? Because if you are, you might want to stop that. Why don't you just be still and just listen? See what happens. I'm Coach Susan with Big On Results Coaching. And I want you to hear the sounds that are available to you. Until next Monday.